All righty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody had a lovely day. And with that being said, getting some TA. All right, guys. So I'm just gonna say right now, we got a pullback. As of right now, we're gonna kick it off with QQ's daily time frame. It is holding the daily 9. This is the second, bounce we've gotten off of that. I do think we are likely to get a pullback. All right. I think we're probably going to into tomorrow. Just like, let's look at it this way. Going into today, QQQ ended yesterday off with this, sick 15-minute bullish divergence. I had the same exact look. You went into today with a bullish divergence being present right here, right at the bottom. All right. So, you're bullish biased. You have this uptrend going all day. Well, what if that snaps? All right. And it happens in the overnight session. And then maybe that gets bought up. Let's just look at it this way. VIX very rarely sees its 15-minute RSI get down here, especially not with a bullish divergence being formed, and does not bounce. It's just not something we typically see. So I'm going to just go into tomorrow with that bias. I want to see this play out tomorrow morning. I want to see this thing at least get some sort of bounce before, it can, come back down. And that means QQ and SPY are probably going to be coming down tomorrow. So that is going to be the bias moving into tomorrow. You have this little uptrend over here on QQQ. But yeah, coming back over here to the daily time frame. Second day in a row, you're holding this daily 9. Low volume on the day. But, bigger picture here, you kind of did print a 4-hour hammer candlestick off of our, where we were retesting or breaking retest level over here, 488.41. And from that point, guys, we did get rejected here by the 4-hour 9 EMA. If we reclaim that, I don't think this looks bad at all. All right. But you got to get back over there. And that means you're going to be taking out 491.69. And then you're going to start pushing back above, back up into 493.70, which, that's what I thought we had potential to head up to today. We did not get up there. But I also do want to point out here, you have a larger head and shoulders pattern here on the hourly time frame. So this also could just be creating that. And if it does end up stalling out right here around 493.70, it would be picture perfect. It would be an equivalent shoulder over here. All right. But I do also want to say, maybe you were breaking down from that. You got all these touch points down there. You got that guy. You got that guy. You got that guy. All right. You very clearly were respecting that level. Okay, and then you got above it, you broke and retested right here, and now I wouldn't be surprised if you head up to 493.70. I don't necessarily know how this is all going to play out. I'm just pointing out VIX does have that 15-minute, bullish divergence there, so that tells us we could be, getting a sell here. This is going to be a key level here, so we're going to be watching. I'm expecting we're probably going to open lower than this. I'm not positive, but judging by how VIX was looking, I wouldn't be surprised to see a spike on that, and that would mean a dip in the pre-market. Now, does that get bought up by the open? I have absolutely no idea. But underneath 490.73, okay, what are you going to pay attention to? Golden pocket. All right, so 489.15 is where that 0.618 fib is. 0.786 fib is down here at 488.41. If you do break this uptrend, maybe we do come down here and we find buyers down there. Not really sure how that's going to go, but I see the potential there. All right, on the upside, we're going to have 490.73 and then 491.69, 493.70, and then 495.28. Moving on over to SPY, daily time frame does not look so bad. All right, it really does not look so bad. You did have your pullback here, and I do want to point you're above that daily 9 there. So if we pull back to it, I expect you're going to get a bullish reaction. But here on the 4-hour, this also does not look too bad. The only thing I'm going to say is, VIX over there, we just pointed out, you have that, it's deeply oversold with the bullish divergence there. You're probably going to get that bounce. That means, in the pre-market, this thing's probably going to gap down underneath this uptrend, which means, we could be getting a retracement on that, which would look something like a move down here to 480.33. Okay. Hourly time frame here. I got the hiccups. On the upside, we have 482.83. And, I'm actually just going to make it pretty simple here. Okay. You went from here all the way up to there. You got a perfect bounce off your 0.618 fib. Sorry guys, I did not make a video last night. But I do want to point out how picture perfect this is. And if we do end up coming back to this third golden pocket, that's kind of crazy. But yeah, you came down, you retraced this whole move right there. Found, buyers literally stepping right there. Low was 578.54. You can see right there. Literally tapped the 0.618 fib. That is where you had the 15-minute bullish divergence spawn. And then you started riding that uptrend there. And then, yeah, you ran straight into the next one. Where did sellers step in? Right there at that 0.618 fib when the 15-minute RSI is now, overbought or just about there. So, yeah, watch that uptrend. Watch 580.33 over here on SPY. If you cannot hold 579.46, we're probably going to take a ride down here to 577.71. All right. If you break under 579.50, we'll say, if you can't hold there, we're probably coming down to 578.54, which is, the low from yesterday. And at that point, you're probably coming down to this next support at 577.71. That's just how I'm seeing it here. You're going to have the daily, the 9 EMA over here, daily 9 EMA. You're going to have that catching up with price. If you test 577.71, we probably do get buyer step in there, maybe with a hammer candlestick. As we could see over here on QQ's daily time frame chart, you do have, two lower wicks here at the daily 9. So that's why I think it is relatively bullish to say that, price is still above there. We can at least expect a dead cat bounce there if it comes down to test it. All right. So on the upside as resistance, we'll do that on the hourly time frame. We have 582.83. Get above 584. Well, it's get above 583.78. That's the resistance level I'm paying attention to. Get above there. We're probably going to push 585.27. On the downside, we have 580.33, and then underneath there, see if 579.50 fails to hold, then we could expect to move down to 577.71. And then, of course, we have this previous all-time high down here at 574.71. Moving on over here to IWM, guys. It is looking crazy. It is looking bullish. You had another day, another, big move here on IWM with increasing volume. It is probably going straight to, 230-ish here. I do think this is just heating up. And I think we could be really making some moves here. Like, if you're not new to the channel, then hey, all of this, just, break and retest off the top of this channel over here. Or not the channel, this little range you had, this is like over a year long of just consolidation here, 550 days. And then you consolidate again above it for quite some time after breaking out for another, almost year, 2/3 of a year there. And now you hit it with another one. And now you got this range, like you're about to break above that. You're probably going to enter this area up here on this move. You're probably going to find your way up into here. That is 235. All right, 235 to 244.46. That's what we're paying attention to on this ripperoonie over here we got going on IWM. But yeah, it was pretty easy to call this one. It looked like it was going to explode. It's now just doing what it looked like it was going to do. And that's that. Resistance is 228.63. Above there, you have right there, 230.72. All right, so that's what we got over here in IWM. As support, what do we got? 226.64, 224.94, which is the previous high right there, 222.60. All right, I think that'll just about do it. Over here on DIA, what do we got, guys? What do we got? You literally are, you having a little move over here, back down, to this daily 9 here, and you got your little reaction off it. It's looking mighty fine. Over here on the hourly time frame, I traded a little YM today. Main one was on NQ. Caught that big ripper we got, real quick. But yeah, as you could see right here, guys, this thing is, looking like it's about to take out that high. Looking pretty nice, mighty fine. And yeah, the fact that it got above there tells us it's probably coming up to a new high. I think things are going to continue higher from here. Maybe we get that little pullback in the morning. Okay. VIX. You looked like you had a shot. You now do not look like you have a shot. You look like you're going to see that VIX rush. That is really that. But, you know, again, dead cat bounce over here. Probably going to see this thing reset itself. And then, you know, maybe we see something like that. And it really could, you know, fall. And we can see the market rally there. All right, so let's talk about some of the big boys, guys. Apple did end up breaking out of this range. He went straight to 237.23 after breaking out from this range here above 232.92. Then you got sucked back down after putting in a spinning top candlestick. You know, whatever you want to call this thing. It looks pretty bearish to me. Pulled back, found buyers off that daily 9. Had pretty low volume today. I wouldn't be surprised to see this start making its way back up with how it looks. That's what I'm going to say about it. Microsoft printed a hammer candlestick on the day, decreasing volume. You are underneath that daily 9, but I do want to say I think this is probably going to result in seeing some, you know, higher prices here. I'm not saying it sparks a full-on move back up here, but, you know, I think you have a solid shot that, you know, this is just buyers stepping in here. You're not really respecting over here, you know, 0.786 fib. But I will just tell you, all right, this is not typically something we see get faded, all right? You clear as day do have buyers in control here, and well, not in control, but they're trying to take control. You could see it, all right? So that's what I'm going with. You have, you know, if this thing really does want to make its way all the way up here, that is going to be a double bottom now. You're going to have that. This is your neckline up here. You break above it. There's your W. I know it's beautiful, guys. It's really just freaking glorious. You have your little body there. You're gonna have a hand. You have all this spiky hair. Oh my God, you look sexy. There you go. That's actually a crown right there. This guy is a king, and he wants to rise. Okay, so that's what I'm paying attention to, guys. I think you're probably gonna make your way back up here, and at that point, you have a double bottom, break above 424.04. You could spark up a larger move. Goog. Not really looking too bad, guys. You got back above this daily 9. You found bars off of it today. I really like this. I told you guys on this pullback, it was, you know, bullish on the pullback. It's either going to break above here and we're bullish and we're looking for a move up there, or you're going to pull back and it's still going to be bullish. We didn't know if it was going to, you know, pivot off of that support. 161.63, that was your gap left open, okay? Or if you're going to come down and have an equivalent low to this left shoulder, we didn't know. You're now rallying back up, and, you know, this is better. All right, break above 170.41. You can expect a decent sized move. That is your measured move here for your inverse headed shoulders there. Someone asked that today. And guys, I'm just saying, I think, you know, Google is probably going to be making its way up in this golden pocket pretty soon. Things ain't looking too bad. Some things are looking not the best here, like Meta. All right, you're rolling over, got underneath your daily 9 today. You got your dead cat bounce off it yesterday, but you got, you know, you fell today with increasing volume. You're probably going to continue a little bit lower. I don't necessarily think this is a look that just gets bought back up. Support is 568.73, 554.19, and 542.81. You get all the way down here, massive buying opportunity. I really freaking love it. I don't think you're coming back down here, though. I'm just going to be completely honest. I do not think you are coming down there. All right. Resistance, 583.04, 602.95. Amazon, how we looking, guys? You're just consolidating around this daily 9 right now. I'm not necessarily a fan of what Amazon is doing, but I will say, you know, you literally did just respect the golden pocket. That's what I watch on this channel. So, you know, I can't be too mad at it. It's just respecting what I already pay attention to. I just ignored it. But there's that, guys. You bounced off of your break and retest level down here, got back above it, back, you know, and then guess what? You got rejected right here. So, you know, expect sellers up here at 190.13, right around there. That's where that 0.618 fib is, at 189, like 60-ish. Get above 192.15, probably are going to take a ride up to 195.37. I don't think this is the worst look. I still think that weekly chart is shaping up for some bigger things. I think we very well could be seeing that. And, you know, earnings is next week. So that is also something to take note of as well. Tesla. I am just going to say Tesla is not moving quick here. You have decreasing volume here in this little range you got. Give it a pop above 223.34. I think you bust the move up to 233.09. You know, if you come down, break the bottom of this range, we're just going to use what you set over here. Okay, on the first big gap down day, you set your range, your boundaries for that range. Break under 214.38. I think you're probably going to take a ride down to 202.59, around there. That's really what I'm paying attention to over here on Tesla. But you know, I think it's more likely you do get that bounce from here up to 233.09. And if you are long, not a bad time to get the frack out, because guess what? Daily 9 is going to be right up there, and maybe you get something like that, and it's not going to look too good, and you'll be happy you sold. We don't know. No financial advice on this channel, but that's what I'm seeing. Now, as far as chips goes, guys, you found sellers here in the golden pocket. You did get your rug pull yesterday. Got back underneath that daily 9 all in one day. I am just saying this is a pretty ugly look. Some of these chips are not looking the best over here. And that is just something to, you know, point out here. This thing died. All right, this thing died and it continued lower. I'm going to point out the last two earnings. You continue lower the next 2 days and then got a dead cat bounce. You got one right there. Big red day. Next day, second day, dead cat bounce after that second day. So, you know, after tomorrow, maybe this thing starts getting a little bounce back. Maybe it retests 734.25 and then continues lower. Don't know. Daily RSI is getting oversold though, and that typically is respected. When it got oversold, even over here, when it just danced around there for a while, you know, if you were buying with a lot of time, and we're talking like, you know, you buy leaps, well, guess what? You bought 6 to 12 months out. You got paid if you just were patient for like, you know, past a month and a half. So you would have had to at least wait till like 2 months around that to experience your game. But even if then, you're catching this $100 move over here, 17% move, that's paying you. So I do think this dip is going to be bought up in the end, and that is that. Okay, coming over here to NVIDIA, just going to point out break and retest off of 130 yesterday. Also found buyers off this daily 9. You are getting at least what looks like to be a dead cat bounce. I'm not sure if it's going to just be a dead cat bounce. I'm really not sure. You're rejected. You found buyers at the daily 9, then you got rejected by 136.15 here on the rebound. Now, if you can get above there, you have a solid shot at getting up to 140.76. That's a big spot. I do think all-time highs will be reached over here, and that is that. AMD over here, guys, you did break back underneath this trend line. I don't like the look of that, and I also don't like how you breached this low. AMD is off of my bullish list right now. I don't think it's worth really paying attention to too much. It's probably just gonna, you know, be a troll again for a little bit, and maybe we see this thing die off after getting everybody super excited. Not really sure. But then again, all right, you got a 1, you got a 2, you got a 3. This will be a 4, and then you can get a 5. All right, so, you know, we'll see how this shapes up, but I'm definitely not going to be supportive of this guy over here. Get out of here. Avgo, how are we looking over here? Really not bad, guys, all right? I know, you know, it's just consolidating here. I get it. Okay, it's underneath the daily 9, but at the end of the day, it is consolidating above our ugly double bottom neckline over here, which, you know, we really can't say looks terrible. You have your neckline right here. Found buyers there once. If you come back into it, you probably are going to find buyers there again. And if you don't, you're just going to come right here and find buyers. I don't hate the look of this. You know, AMD looks ugly, but, you know, the rest of the chips really don't look all that bad to me. Now, moving on over here to ARM. This is, again, something that really doesn't look too ugly to me. Now, you do have this uptrend to pay attention to. If you breach that uptrend, we are probably going to come maybe revisit this 132.80 low over here. That is not going to be the prettiest look. But as of right now, guys, you had just like over here. Okay, so we pointed this out. I changed my zone over here. But we literally did have, you know, this over here being the top of this previous range here. You ended up getting, you know, pull back into it, and you found buyers right there. It also happened to align with where this uptrend was right here. You have your third touch point for that uptrend now, and you found buyers off of that break and retest. Well, right now, guys, we kind of got that same look to us. This is the top of this range. You had, you know, starting right over here. Okay, so right around here, you're getting buyers stepping right there. You're on your daily 9 right now. I wouldn't be surprised to see buyers, you know, shove you up a little bit here. It really would not be the worst look in the world. All right, from that point, you got to break above this high over here at 164.16. I'm just saying, guys, that if you weren't, like, I was calling this one out, no need to chase this guy over here. I was calling out since literally, you know, right over here. And then we called out after this move right here was consolidating. It was, this whole thing was just a break and retest. If you could base above over here, we were looking for a move up here. You pulled back. We called out the break and retest again, as well as that uptrend test. And guess what? All right, well, I'm actually going to point out also, a bunch of them had their 4-hour RSIs over here in oversold territory already. Like, it was pretty obvious, all right? But now Like, this is like the third or fourth time we're talking about it. And I think, it's not a reason to really chase it, as it's already kind of had a pretty big move here. Maybe let it reset. I'm not sure. Okay. It's in the golden pocket. You could definitely get sellers stepping in here and, just really watch that uptrend. But at the end of the day, you also got this break and retest going on of the top of this previous range. So if you can come up here and break above 164.16, look for a move up to 173.23, and then probably an all-time high above 188.75. TSM, we have earnings tomorrow in the morning, I believe. Yeah, tomorrow morning. You know, I'm not going to say this thing actually looks too good right now. I think this chart, kind of played itself out, at least what I was, really bullish on this chart about. It kind of looks, pretty good, but, it also, kind of is just consolidating in a relatively bearish manner here coming into these earnings. We just saw, ASML, that thing kind of died. That's not the best look. Speaking of just, something that isn't ASML, but we have something that looks pretty sexy over here. All right, pretty sexy. I'll put it on your radar. This thing is probably going to be going for a ride here. Okay, we will, I could have waited till the end of the video where we normally do the trade ideas, but while I remember this guy, because I don't have it on the list in front of me, guys, this thing doesn't look bad at all. This thing's probably going to go for a ride up to at least 30 bucks in the short term. All right, maybe tomorrow, and then above there, we will have the golden pocket right here, but this is definitely like one of my top watches right now. This thing looks beautiful. I think we're going to come up here to around 32 bucks. Okay, November cons, you buying right now, like we're right around here. Dude, they're running 100% by the time you get to, 32 bucks. This thing doesn't look bad at all. It doesn't look bad. Okay. And, I think this is probably just the start of another leg up. And that is that. All right. But back to TSM, guys. It is a relatively ugly look we got going on over here. If you, cannot hold that daily 9 here, hey, all right, you're coming down here. But I'm just saying this thing looks like it can pull back to over here and then, maybe go along the way. I'm not sure. We got earnings tomorrow, but we will have to see how it goes. Okay. We will have to see how it goes. I don't necessarily like the look of this thing. It looks like it could have another swing down to me. Look at this little head and shoulders little guy going on. All right. Maybe I'm bugging. Choo, 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 choo. All right. I could see it. Can you see it? I could see it. All right, coming over MU, guys. This is one that I do think looks really good, though. I think you are about to have your first daily close over 111, and then from that point, I think it is a straight up shot to, all the way up here. That is that 127.27, and then 129. I think that is incoming on MU. SMCI, guys. I also think this thing is getting ready for a bullish move. This thing is pissing me off. Maybe it's pissing you off. Maybe we can, rejoice in our shared pissed offness over SMCI. Nah, honestly, at the end of the day, I kind of, it's nothing new over here. Just like AMD is a troll, guys, SMCI is a troll. This thing, I do think it's starting to turn over a new leaf over here. Higher high compared to over here. I think we're about to get some buyers stepping in. And then I think we got to move to 55 and then 59, 53. That's what I'm looking for. Got to get a daily close above 50.10 though first. Basing above the daily 9, this looks like an inverse head and shoulders pattern or double bottom, whatever you want to call it. It looks really good. Bitcoin stonks, guys. Bitcoin, we're heating up over here. We started talking about them the other day, and I'm just saying these things, they look really good. Bitcoin's either going to get rejected again, or like what I want, it started this right here. So 1, 2, 3 rejection. Is this going to be the fourth rejection to this trend line that was created off of this touch point and this touch point? We have absolutely no idea. But if it does break out and does get that weekly close above, oh my gosh, honestly, give us a daily close. You haven't actually had one of those either. Give us one of those, and it's going to look really good, guys. Really good. We're probably about to witness another parabolic rise over here on Bitcoin. The daily RSI just stays up here. We haven't had it in a while, and I pointed out as we were, saying over here, it's either, gonna come over here. It's gonna come down to the golden pocket, which somewhere over here, I think it was this support. And, it didn't end up doing that. You got this double bottom, you got this breakout. And from this point, this could really go some ways here. That's 4,000 bucks. This thing's probably going to bring it up to 70K. All right. These things right here could go for a ride. Now, we pointed out on the breakout over here. I'm just going to say, guys, it has now continued up to that next target, 207.71. If you're not following me over on the Twitter, the link is down below. I did post, post after, it was on this day right here, I believe, and 207.71 incoming. It was incoming, and now I think we're coming to 220. 225. All right, 225-ish. That's what we got. Support is 192.45. Mara, big setup over here, inverse head and shoulders pattern over here. I do think this thing is ready to explode. This is what I am preferring right now. Coin, I'm kind of sad because coin calls I sold around 6, gotten around 3, sold around 6. Today they're at 1500, the 200C, and that's cool. That's cool, dude. That's cool. But also coin had earnings, so you had to get a pretty close expiration. You had to get 1025s. But honestly, guys, this is a beast over here. I think this thing's about to do some things. But Mara, next up over here, Mara and CLSK, they also looking good. Break above 1884, we probably get a straight up shot, 221.85 ish. CLSK, how we looking, guys? Another big move over here. Not really, only 5%, but you had a 12% move the other day. Weekly chart's looking absolutely phenomenal over here. Got above that weekly 9. I think 15. That's my final target for this push right here. I think it's probably going to happen. It looks so obvious to me. Get above 1275. We can look for a push up there. Pullbacks are welcome. 1047 is support. MSTR consolidating above the daily 9 over here. This was your pullback opportunity here, here, and here. Is it about to be your fourth opportunity? I am not sure, but I am just going to point out that is where that's happened. You have decreasing volume here the last 2 days on these red days. That is also something to note. This is a pullback into after breaking out to new all-time high. This is just a pullback. You're probably going to get buyers anywhere from here down to 174 is my opinion there. And if you can't hold there, then we have a major retracement all the way down to 152 here. I don't personally think that is going to be the case, but that would be a golden pocket test, and that is an obvious buy over here. So that is what we got going on. Now we're going to talk about Henry's trade ideas. Now I did put this on your radar not too long ago. I think this thing is now about to take out this 1880. I am tight. I sold all my stuff yesterday. Today, instead of being a 2 to 3x, it would have been what, guys? A 7 to 8x. 7 to 8x. Got around ones in the 10C. Oh my God, November 2, guys. This thing ripped faces, all right? It's now above 17 bucks. Golden pocket has been breached. Coming to the new all-time high above 1880. Congrats if you played this one. This thing did go nuclear. This is freaking beautiful. It's so beautiful. This is the most beautiful chart ever. But yeah, I was being kind of patient. I was thinking it was the end over here when it fell off, but I gave it some time, and then it printed this, and I was like, oh no, it's going. It wants to move. Guys, it busted a freaking move. All right, it busted a move. Look at this freaking volume. This thing's about to push like 30 bucks after this. I'm not telling anybody buy this thing, all right? Complete gamble. But, this is sexy. Called it out during consolidation. We got the first pump. We just caught the second pump. We caught this guy, and then now we got this guy. For all we know, you're going to make a new all-time high here. People are going to forget about it for a little bit. And then something like that, or something like that. And then that. I don't know. This thing looks crazy, though, or it just skyrockets. I don't know. CLH, that's the other one that I'm paying attention to over here. It's not looking too bad, but I will point out you're still just stuck in this consolidation. You got to break above 36. 35.99 is your key. Get above there. We're pushing, 41.50 to 42.50 real quick. All right. I pointed out ASTS. This is one that just broke out today. I really like this one. And then I will put Disney on your radar. This is one of the trade ideas going into this week. This is actually on the focus list. This thing is looking absolutely phenomenal, guys. Absolutely phenomenal. I do think Disney is at least about to push up to 99 bucks right there. I know it doesn't look like much on the weekly chart, but if you're playing weeklies, you're playing, next week to expiration. That's a juicy move for you right there. All right. I'm not looking at these contracts right now, but that's probably around 100%. I'm really liking it. Bullish engulfing candlestick, increasing volume today. But at the end of the day, we pointed out you had a break and retest coming into this week, held that weekly 9. entry if you want to play this one. It probably isn't the best right now. It was down here, but at this point, I don't think it's going to pull back with how it's looking. I think it's probably about to go. And I think, you know, we have room to run on this thing. Okay. Above 99 bucks, you got 103, call it 104-ish, and then 105.83. That is at end game over here. That is within your golden pocket. Well, the golden pocket's a little higher than that. This one is within the golden pocket. All right, guys. So that's what I have for you today. I really like it. If I had to sum up my favorite stuff right now, we got Disney, we got CLH, we got Oklo, Mara. The Bitcoin stocks are looking really good. Mara, CLSK looks good if it pulls back. Coin good if it pulls back. What do we got? Oh my God, these stupid hiccups, dude. Stupid hiccups. All right, top watch kind of right now. This thing does, like, just look at that weekly chart. What the heck is this thing, guys? What the heck is this? This thing's ready to go. Ready to go. Pull back, consolidating a bull flag. All right, falling wedge pattern around that weekly 9. Now looks ready to go. You're coming up to 30.93. You're coming up to 32.50. This thing looks explosive. All right. With that being said, I hope everybody has a lovely rest of their day. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.